1936 Olympics. Do you think there's a change in athletes now as compared to 1936 when you were running?
Well, you know, God made us all, but when we begin to think about it now, Bill, you're looking at a youngster that's bigger and he's stronger, he's more agile, he's very coachable, and he's very competitive. But I do believe that because of what our youngsters have done in the past Olympics and throughout the world against the European nations of the world, I think that we have a tendency sometime, and I have this feeling, that we're not as determined, and I don't think we're as disciplined as I find their counterpart in the European theater of operation today. Because when you think in terms of going into the Olympic Games, the determination to be able to be in the finals, and the point of being a winner in it, but a greater thought of just being there. But you want to give a great performance. And I'm a little worried about the fact that some of our youngsters are not as dedicated and not as disciplined as many of the European counterpart is, because they've been hungry for a long time. Right. And they want to do something, and they're working hard at it. You know, it's a strange thing about becoming number one. It's tough, but the toughest part is to remain number one.
Jesse, you're here with the Sears and promoting the sale of pictures of Olympic stars of the past. Mm-hmm. And this is to raise money for the Olympic team for the United States.
Right.
Now, do you feel that the people should participate in raising funds for the Olympics, or that the government, as in other countries, should have a part in this?
Well, no, I don't want ever, Bill, to have the United States to subsidize our Olympic team. First of all, we got enough programs in this country to subsidize, and many of our programs are in trouble. But I do believe that the Olympic Games in America, as in the past years, has always raised enough money. We've always been the best dressed team, the best fed team, and the best drill team that's ever gone to the Olympic Games. And I don't see any difference now where the American people that contribute to the Olympic Games and to our Olympic Fund are people just as much a part of that Olympic team as the youngster that wears the uniform. And we've done it in the past. We have $9 million to raise. We're well on our way. And our team will still be the best fed, the best dressed, hopefully the best trained.
Jesse, one more question, and that is to youngsters today that are aspiring to go to the Olympics in whatever field they may be in, what is the advice you would give them as a beginner?
Well, I do believe that, first of all, that we all should have and think about a dream of where we want to go. And then we begin to think in terms of where do I want to reach and how high do I want to reach. And then you work toward that dream. Now, in working toward that dream, you must have some dedication. You must have some determination. You must have some discipline. And you've got to have a good attitude. And the attitude is that you must be able to learn to accept criticism. You must be able to practice and to work on it every day, to perfect the things that you have. And you've got to believe in yourself.
Jesse, thank you, and best of luck on raising this fund for the U.S. Olympic team. I'm sure we're going to do real great.
Well, thank you, Bill. With God's help, we will.
You finally brought St. Martin de Porres all the way. How does it feel?
Wonderful. Couldn't feel better.
The boys played a fantastic game out there.
Super group of young men. Just very fine to work with. Hey, they worked hard all year. We lost one ball game out of 26 by 1 point at the buzzer. You got to think they're kind of great ball club.
They rated you #1 in Class D all season. It looked like you came right through and proved it, where in the other classes they seem to fall off. Was this a lot of pressure on your team and on you?
It put some pressure somewhat, but really, you know, I felt that we had a very good basketball team in the summer when we played back in St. Cecilia. And if they wanted to put us up there #1, it makes you work a little harder, I think. And I think the kids rose up and played to the occasion. And, hey, you know, they finished up #1. They won it.
Well, I know you worked hard over the years to get this far, and we're proud of you in Detroit and hope you can keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Humphrey.
They just won the Class D championship, and this is their trophy to prove that they are #1 in the state. Okay, this is Bill Humphrey saying congratulations to St. Martin de Porres, and keep up the good work. I'm with Augustus Johnson, and we're at the Boys Club where they're having a wrestling match. Augustus, how long have you been wrestling?
Oh, about 2 years now.
And how old are you? 8. So you started about 6 years of age wrestling?
Yeah.
Why'd you start?
Because I thought it was, I started because it looked fun. Because when I saw the people wrestling, I thought that wrestling would be just easy. So I started to wrestle.
Now, do you find it easy now that you started, or is there a lot of work involved?
A lot of work is involved in wrestling.
Now, how many matches have you been in?
Oh, about 20-something, 24, like that.
And how many have you won?
18, 19.
18 or 19?
Yeah.
So you're coming along real well. Are you going to hope to continue to wrestle in high school?
Yeah.
And then maybe go on to college wrestling?
Yeah.
So this is a lot of fun, and you're having a lot of fun here today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, best of luck in your match, and I understand that you're seated pretty high in your weight classification. Now, how much do you weigh?
70 pounds.
70 pounds. Well, Augustus, best of luck, and we'll see how you do in your meet.
Okay.
Unique IQ punch. I'm studying karate. I have a bullet punch, IQ punch, and a ghetto whopper. The ghetto whopper is...
You saw that?
You saw the ghetto whopper?
You saw it?
I only use that on white contenders. I can use, on the brothers, I use the razor chop. Have you heard of the razor chop?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I'll show it to you when you pay the price to come in. I got the ghetto whopper, the razor chop, the unique IQ punch, and the bullet punch.
And you're not going to show any unless we pay?
No, you got to pay heavy.
Are you
I'm Bob now for about off and on 7 years. He comes to the fights. He supports all my fight events. And I don't care what country I'm in. Malaysia, the Philippines, Zaire, Africa, Puerto Rico. The gangster comes in with his hat down. I call him the gangster. When he wears his hat, it's always sharp. But that's joke. He's not a gangster. He's just crook.
Now, when you fought about 2 bouts ago, they said you weren't in condition. But yet you're running around now just before you're ready to take on the Japanese. And you're really going to be in condition, this fella?
I am in condition. I have Fred Blassie. Heard of Blassie? He's a wrestler. He's teaching me some dirt. I understand this guy's studying some dirty tactics. He wrote the book on dirt. I have another fellow called the Sheik. He's from up here somewhere, the Sheik. Yeah. The Sheik has been showing me some tricks. He came to Chicago yesterday. He's been coming to my Barron Springs, Michigan training camp, throwing me some flips and showing me some different little things to do. And between Freddie Blass and the Sheik and another fellow called Dick the Bruiser.
Right.
He's been showing me some dirt also. I'm learning some dirt because if this sucker gets me in that ring before a crowd of 800 million people, 100,000 live, and start losing, I cut him up or something. He starts sticking his fingers in my eyes or doing something he shouldn't do. I have some dirt for him.
Is the reason you're going with this wrestler? The reason you're fighting this wrestler is the fact that there are no heavyweights out there for you to fight?
The reason I'm fighting the Madeline, the reason I'm fighting the wrestler is $6 million. That thing you see on TV is jive. I'm the real $6 million man. That's just talk, television talk.
Do you feel that there are other heavyweight contestants coming up that you will be able to fight in the near future?
Yes, but I'm getting too old to wait for all these young boys to grow up. I'm going to lose one day, and I want to get out champ. We've had too many black champions that retired flat on the back, retired broke. I want to retire undefeated, well invested, and still pretty.
So that means you're going to retire next year?
You ain't as dumb as you look. After Ken Norton, I want to get out. Because I done cleaned them all up. And after boxing, I think I'm going into wrestling. Not wrestling, but after I destroy this Anoki, I'm going to come over here and try the Gorilla Monsoon. And another fellow named Santos something. All kind of wrestlers in this country, and wrestlers talk too much, and I'm tired of hearing them pop off. I'm the Lord of the Ring. And I don't want nobody else calling themselves champs, whether it's wrestling, karate. Anybody gets inside a square circle and fight, I don't care how he fight, I'm going to whip him. I don't care who he is.
Mohammed, you said the other day in Yankee Stadium that you're the greatest when someone brought up about Babe Ruth. Now, how do you stand on that situation?
Child's play. Babe Ruth was all right, but he's a... See, baseball and various sports, like the people in... Joe Namath, for an example, is not known in London.
Right.
There are fellas in London, there's top-notch ball players, is not known in New York, because the ball is different. But I said Yankee Stadium, people in Riyadh, Arabia don't know a damn thing about Yankee Stadium. Right. People in Lahore, Pakistan don't know a damn thing about Yankee Stadium. People in Tripoli, Libya don't know a damn thing about Yankee Stadium. Right. People in Estonia, Russia don't know a damn thing about Yankee Stadium. But they all know me.
Right. So that makes you the greatest.
No, when I hit Yankee, I'm gonna put Yankee Stadium on the map. Some fool report how, hey, don't you feel honored? I hit this big thing fighting in Yankee Stadium. I say, oh, fool, get away from me. Yankee Stadium is blessed to have me in it.
Right. Bob, are you going out to Yankee Stadium?
I most certainly am.
Bob, it's a big nigga. He goes everywhere. He goes everywhere. Huh? It's a big nigga.
Is that right?
You a colored agitating Howard Cosell.
I wouldn't do that to you. Okay, thanks a lot, Tom.
I want to say something about your show. I asked somebody, well, you going to give me some money? They said you don't have a budget, right?
Right.
So I wrote a poem for you. Is that your camera?
That's the camera.
I love your show and I admire your style, but your pay's so cheap, I won't see you for a while. You got a little cheap camera.